friends, it's Carrie from KDS Insurance Services. Okay, I wanted to come in today and talk to you about a really important thought, something that you need to put on a calendar and circle back around to. We all know our election is in a week. And if you live in Texas, or if you live in another state where you have seen drastic changes in your insurance premiums, this message is definitely for you, okay? In a week, we are going to have a new administration that's been elected. Regardless of who you want to win, there is going to be a new administration. We as consumers, I'm a consumer too. I just happen to be a consumer who's had 43 years of insurance experience talking to you today. Once we know who the new administration is, we have to mobilize as citizens to go to our local, state, and national representatives and demand changes to our insurance industry. Now you're probably saying, well, how's that? What is that all about? Well, in Texas, the property market rates have increased 65% since COVID. The auto is about 40% since COVID. 4 years. We are also losing every single day. Carriers are leaving the Texas marketplace because they don't want to assume any risk. Or you have 100-year-old companies, State Farm, Farmers, Farm Bureau, all of these companies who are pulling out of the market because the actuarials are not profitable, or not profitable enough, in my opinion. So that leaves you and I holding the bag because we own cars that have financing, we own homes that have mortgages. You have to have insurance. The state says if you own a car and you're on the roads all through the United States, you must carry insurance. And if you happen to owe money on the car, then you have to insure the car as well. So what's going to happen eventually is we're going to go like New York and Florida, where there are state pools of insurance because you cannot afford to buy it by yourself. The problem with that is some of the state pools don't offer comp and collision so you can insure your vehicle. And if they do offer those products, a lot of the times they're going to be more than you're paying already. So it's going to come down to, do you buy food or do you pay for your insurance? So it is vitally important. Once the new administration takes over and we get running with whomever that is, we as citizens have to go to our representatives and voice our opinions and get this industry under control. Or else it's going to come down to whether or not do you buy food or do you pay your car insurance? Do you pay your electric bill so you can live in your home and not freeze to death, or do you pay your mortgage? That is where we are. And it changes every single day. We get changes to processing, changes to pre-approvals, changes in underwriting, carriers leaving the marketplace, carrier restricting the marketplace, all of these crazy things that are happening in almost real time, that for agents, especially if you are an independent agent and you are trying to provide to your clients, like I do, as many carriers as possible, it's impossible to be able to know, okay, this carrier is now not allowing quotes unless you go through a pre-approval inspection on the property, or this carrier over here wants pictures, utility bills, copies of driver's license before we will release quotes. That's where we are. And unfortunately, we are in this situation because the economy has hit unprecedented inflation levels. And then in those states that have catastrophes, Texas, New York, the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, Louisiana, all along the Gulf Coast, where we have these crazy, insane storms, hurricanes, tornadoes, windstorm, hailstorms, flooding, the rights have gone through the roof. So I just want you to think about this, save this video. Once we get into the new administration and we start our new year, it is so important that you reach out to your local, state, and national representatives and demand they come to the table and they get this industry under control. Because that's where it's headed. It's either pay for food or pay your bills, and you can't live without food. Unfortunately, this is a direct result of what we are seeing in our country today. The price of everything is out of control. Your insurance has probably had one of the highest increases of any other product or any other service that you buy in the last 4 years. So, put this back in your brain, put it on the calendar for January, and make sure that we start demanding as consumers that our government get this under control, like today. God bless everyone. Have a wonderful remainder of your terrific Tuesday. This is Carrie from KDS Insurance Services. God bless.